feel like it's bad because we're both slightly awkward at talking when there's not a subject. I feel like that's coming through in the characters a little bit. Like we say the thing, and then small talk completely fails to happen, and we just kind of both sit here for a minute, and it's like, well...
Like, you can play your character as well as you want to, but if you're socially awkward and you don't know how to socialize, you can't roleplay around that.
You can to a certain extent. It just, like I said, it helps to have a subject. You know, like I could roleplay a message being sent from someone else, and all the etiquette that goes into that. But when it's like, I'm just here because
yeah, you're on an information excursion and not really asking questions.
Well, I just like seeing new things.
And you are.
Yeah. I will say, so I did hear something about a moonstone being retrieved for you. I assume that the gesture kind of at the hole in his chest.
Yes.
How's that work?
I just I made this modification to myself after the first 5 years, I think, of holding the island up. I just needed some more strength to keep it up, and that stone was really the only thing I could think of to do it.
What is it then?
It is... You've seen the stones that decorated Miliena's castle.
Mm-hmm.
They're similar to that, except they grow closer to the surface. And when, instead of glowing red in the center, they glow silver. They carry the power of the moon.
Oh.
Which just so happens to be what Mother Io gave as my power, so it worked.
Oh.
Just, I just had to haul out to a point.
That's all.
But it does, after spending so long down here, lose the power of the moon. So occasionally it has to be taken back up to be charged and brought back.
I take it there's some special place to take it to?
We have a space that we can go that no one knows about, but it doesn't necessarily have to be anywhere in specific. It's just better kept secret. That's rather valuable.
Makes sense. I was just asking because I'll remember. Lena. Lena had mentioned that the person retrieving it, she was expecting it back already, and
he is a week and a half.
Can you think of any reason he would be late? It's
the ones that I can come up with worry. I think people down here, they've lived in peace for a very long time. They've forgotten that it's not peaceful everywhere else.
Yeah, that is the trouble with that. If you would like, I'd be more than, well, yeah, I've got a month. I'd be willing to go see if I can find him. If I have a direction to go in.
I can tell you where he goes, but I'm sure everyone down here would greatly appreciate it. We aren't warriors, we are craftsmen and healers. She was like, I'm a warrior. I'll warrior the fuck out of somebody.
Does she actually say that? Or at least, does she actually speak?
She says something along those lines.
Okay. Because I've noticed that she spoke a lot when I was letting her speak magically. And ever since I stopped doing that, because she could speak on her own, she's not spoken much other than barks.
the novelty is wearing off, I guess.
I suppose.
She got over the novelty of being able to speak
Yeah,
all the time because she could,
It's still fun to mess with people, though.
and she still does.
Yeah, she still does some.
There's a place. It's called the Floating Lights. It's to the east.
To the right on the map? East.
Look, I know things. I'm learning. It's about a week.
Wait, to the east from here? So away from the island? Ah. Sorry, continue. That was out of game.
Okay.
Because I'm not doubting his directions.
You were down in mine. Yes, it's away from the island.
I was wanting to confirm. He said it's about a week.
Yeah, northeast. That's unfortunate.
Indeed.
Place called the Floating Lights. He swims to the center of that. There's a small island he leaves the stone on. Well, I don't think it's very small to him. Actually, I got them all. No. D4. And D8. No. Just the D4. Good.
I imagine the people here would have. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Would they have some form of transportation that could get me there faster? I've got naught but a rowboat up top.
One of the people in the temple might be able to supply you with a way there, but not necessarily a way back. They've got some magic that can move people from one place to another. Through water only, but some way of manipulating the current.
I suppose if he was with me on the way back, I could probably make it if he's willing to wait on me.
I still have them probably another couple of years before my power runs out.
That's good. Means I won't have to rush. It would just be for us folk that can't breathe water and have to travel by boat. It would be very tiring to take a week in the small boat I have.
I understand.
And if he is in danger, I'd rather go sooner rather than later. And arrange for an actual ship.
I can't help you there. I don't have any ships.
No, I'd rather go sooner rather than wait and arrange for a ship. Is what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, talk to someone in the temple.
That I shall.
They can get you back up there pretty quick.
What is your name, by the way, so that I may tell people in Ganai of your survival?
My name is Karamai.
Karamai. I will let them know as soon as I can, as I imagine they would be thrilled to hear of you as well.
I really thought I was.
I'll kind of bow and swim back over the temple, I guess. Okay.
You get the distinct impression that you might have made his day.
Whoa. I'm being nice and helpful. Yeah.
When do you have work tomorrow?
I'm a double, so morning-ish, but I'm server both times, so it's not a big deal. Got at least a couple more hours. I should check that at some point, but
Why don't you go ahead and do that? Because it's nearing a good stopping point if we have to stop. Because I don't actually have anything prepared for the floating points right now. I wasn't sure. You said you were probably just going to come in, look, and leave.
you would also talked about it being an island. Like when I got the quest paper, it distinctly said island.
Did it?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
That an island had appeared and it was like jungle. And I was imagining coming over, seeing that, and seeing how treacherous the jungle was, and possibly just leaving. It wasn't a tower that I could come in and talk to someone and find a peaceful town.
I'm sorry. I guess when I made the quest paper from this, I forgot what exactly was down here. Or what exactly. I guess I assumed there would be an island, and then
Decided not.
decided not to, and forgot that I said there was.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't written it down yet.
Yeah. Okay. I don't go in until 10:45.
I don't go in until, one of the earliest shifts.
But not the earliest.
I know.
And if it's the earliest, I end up coming in like 5 minutes earlier than that. If you want to stop now, we can, I guess. Like if you want to wait and prepare more, but
if I prepare more, there's less likely of inconsistencies happening.
yeah.
But if you don't care with the occasional inconsistency, we can keep going.
I would prefer.
I'd like to be able to prepare it though.
Oh, okay.
Just for personal pride reasons.
There really don't seem to be that many inconsistencies, even when you're doing stuff on the fly.
Yeah, but
And like the tower wasn't even because of that. It was just. I'd like to keep going because it's still fun, but yeah, I guess we can stop.
okay. Well, I'm getting my dice up.
Let's be.
You didn't kill anything. You did.
I made it to the tower that.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you didn't kill anything, but you survived a pretty lengthy excursion into the Needle Waste. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
give yourself 300 XP. Metagoddess 300 XP. And accepted a quest 50 XP. And have the rest of the XP for it when you finish it.
Let's see. Helped people put stuff up. Was good citizen.
You're a cleric.
Yeah, I'm playing my class.
You don't get XP for doing what you're supposed to do.
That was actually one of the main ways of getting XP in like early D&D. Was like it was only fighters that would get last hit bonuses. It was barbarians would get XP for destroying magic items. Clerics would get XP for I'm not actually sure what actually. But like that was the point of it was you get XP by doing the things you're supposed to do.
I like to give XP for role playing, not for doing what your class is supposed to do.
Okay.
And then it's really more role playing with other player characters. You'll always get less XP if you play a solo campaign.
Yeah.
Just because not as much actual intra-party interactions happen.
Not as much, but it's still role play even if it's not with other party members.
Oh yeah, and if something does actually happen, then you will get acknowledged for it.
I made the Colossus, whose name I've already forgotten. I made his dad. Yeah.
You get 100 XP.
Woo.
I guess.
Alright.
You can have another 50 XP because I have a box cutter.
I'll take it, but in my head, it's for helping those people get inside and healing them.
Okay, that works too. I guess.
Okay, so that's 800, so 59 times.
Well, I'm so tired. Like, that's one of the other reasons I want to stop. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. And now I'm only... So I earned 800 XP this session, which brings me to a total of 59,723. I need 75,000 for my next level.
We'll get there one day.
Oh. I feel like there has not been nearly as much combat
since I've
been alone,
yeah.
and it's not for lack of Valky doing things that would get her in combat. It's just
you've been in a rather quiet area.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. And she disregarded my idea about importing bandits. Just offhand.
She's not going to import bandits.
Why not? It would attract more adventurers who like laughing at bandits as they try to steal from them. Like me.
Actually get bandits.
Then you get a higher class of adventurer. It's just an upward spiral, really. Oh. How crazy did the bartender in Saintsborough think I was?
When we're going to the Needleways?
Going to the Needleways, talking to my wolf.
I mean, it's Adventure Town.
Okay,
You're not the first person who's been like, yeah, I'm gonna go there. You might be one of the only people who's come back.
It wasn't that dangerous.
No, but a lot of people can't make it so they can endure the elements and also turn into ice.
I feel like even without... Oh yeah, that's right, it was still like 1 per minute or something, even with the heavy weather gear. Okay, yeah. And I imagine some people would be stupid enough to go through the door and either not realize or not care that you can't just come back that way. It's like, no, I'll make it to the other. Okay, yeah. That's true.
Like, even out of the Saints, I think only 2 of them can survive out there. Maybe 3.
Oh.
And that would be the Druid, the Barbarian, and I think the Sorcerer. Or I mean the Monk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
so maybe 4 of them. Just kidding. The Summoner can't go out of line.
Meanwhile, I'm good for, like...
But you're also nearing the level of the Saints.
Yeah.
Like...
That's true. Well, but, like...
I think the weakest one is 3 levels higher than you, maybe 2.
My point was, like, I can stay out there for quite a long time. It's not just the...
The Summoner, however, is a level. Really high level. I'm not telling you what level she is. Good luck with that.
And if I brought firewood, I could camp out there. I really could. I could build an igloo and then build a fire in the igloo to warm the area inside. And it would get kind of drippy, but with the cold from the outside, I think it would stay solid enough to stay airtight enough to... Actually, that's true. I'd probably have to have some ventilation.
That's how fire works.
I could... Oh, yeah, that too. I could put a blanket up and kind of freeze it into place in a couple places, and that would let some airflow in and not be too much to be too cold, and it would filter out the ice needles. I'm just gonna go camping in the needle waste.
There actually is some stuff in there, but
Yeah. No, what'll probably happen is I'll just come back at a higher level.
The tree was actually something, but Shiana didn't roll high enough to notice, and you didn't pay any attention to it.
Yeah.
So.
It is really disappointing because I could just survive out there indefinitely if I'd taken water instead of ice. But it's like, well, with water you get cold resistance, yeah, and it's cool, and eventually you're immune to cold completely, but how often do you really take cold damage, you know? Meanwhile, the ice thing, it's a very limited time per day, but it's damage resistance plus the cold resistance. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Or cold immunity. It's just that I wasn't expecting to go through the needle waste, you know? And I don't know of any spells that would last a lot longer that would let me do it longer, other than just getting more spells. It's the annoying part. Although at every level it'll increase the time by 10 minutes for each of those castings, so it will go up fairly fast, I guess. If I ever fucking level up again, that is.
You're level 8 and Shiana's level 8, so between the two of you, I have to put like CR 10. 1 CR 10. With the unders. For it to be even close to a hard fight, I think.
I honestly don't know. I think it depends on if I've got spells prepared that day to do combat well. Because I'm okay in melee combat, but I guess I'd always have channeling. So I've wasted it.
You'll always have channeling, and you'll always have the ability to take damage for Shiana.
Not always.
Really? You have to cast a spell on that?
Yeah. And it ends if we move more than like 45 feet away from each other.
Oh, I knew that.
So it's like it ends not until we come back together, but like I would have to recast it.
Oh.
So I have to prepare it. It's a second level spell. I only get 4 of those. Have to prepare it once. It lasts. I think it does last like 8 hours, but keeping her within that distance of me isn't going to be super easy for an all-day thing.
Yeah.
At least not multiple days in a row, you know. I do almost always prepare that spell, but that takes up a spell slot, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna cut video here because I think we are done. So see y'all next time. Whoa. When we, I don't know, do some shit.